Good evening, everyone. Oh, Norman with us, Gabriel with us. Who else with us? Stephen with us. Who else? Who else with us? Mark, how's it, Marky?
Hi, Rabbi.
Nice to see you, Marky. Who else with us? Let me see. Oh, Dr. Les with us.
Rav, how are you?
Dr. and you. Who else with us tonight? Hello, Brian. It's nice to see you. Hello, Linda.
Hi.
Nice to see you.
You too.
Hello, Janet. I'm sure that you're there. I don't see you, but hello.
Hello, Rabbi.
How's it? How's it? How's it?
She's just standing a little bit further away.
Okay, that's good.
Wonderful.
That's so beautiful to see you all. Rabotai, that's going to be basically the last shiur before Sukkot, or before Yom Kippur. And I would like to speak tonight, the subject of the shiur tonight, I'm going to speak about Erev Yom Kippur. What it means, Erev Yom Kippur. Erev Yom Kippur, it's what we're going to do on Sunday. There's certain mitzvot that we have to do on Sunday. And not many of us actually realize that there's certain mitzvot that we have to do on Sunday. And I'm going to speak also a little bit regarding some mitzvot that we have to do for Yom Kippur. And I'm going to speak about the Havdalah of Yom Kippur because many people ask this question. So just we'll give another few more seconds for more people to join us, and then we'll start. In the meantime, I would like to ask Dr. Les to give us the news. What's happening in Eretz Israel with the lockdown?
Okay, so I'll tell you, people are, people are doing what they can because it's pretty serious. I think there were 6,000 cases in one day. So, and I heard from, it's Ben Ze'ev. He actually works in Shaare Zedek in the COVID ward. He's a male nurse. And it's actually, he said it's really, really serious. So here people are taking it very, very, they're taking it very seriously. And it's amazing. I went to a shul in Beit Vegan for Ma'ariv, and it's cordoned off with plastic, very hard plastic. So you've got these little cubicles inside the shul, and they keep the windows open. And then we had another minyan outside by the Sfadi shul. So, it's hard because the festivity of coming out for Sukkot, and you see people with their selling lulavim and etrogim, and it's a bit dampened, but people are still there. Spirits are very high. And, we're trying to do, people are taking it very seriously because it's very real. And Bezrat Hashem, the numbers should just decrease, and we should have a very good New Year where there'll be, please God, we won't have so many high cases, and there'll be just a refuah shlema for everyone who's not well.
Amen. Please God, to Kol Am Yisrael, b'chol makom shem, and for the
Kol Am Yisrael.
Yeah. Rabotai, I would like to start the show. Thank you to Dr. Les for updating us for what's happening in Eretz Israel. So the subject of the shiur today, Rabotai, I'm going to speak a little bit regarding the mitzvat hayom, that means the mitzvah on Sunday. So Be'ezrat Hashem, na'aseh v'natzliach, v'Hashem alenu berachamav yarviach. We're going to dedicate the shiur in honor of Esther bat Kaden, למרדכי בן רחמה, אסתר בת משה הלוי, נשמתם תהיה קבורה בצור החיים, ולרפואת ליאורה בת מרים, מנשה בן פרחה, ולרפואת לירון בן שרית, ושאר כל חולי ופצועי עמו ישראל בכל מקום שהם. Okay, so one of the mitzvot that we have on Sunday, it's we obligated to eat on Sunday because Sunday is Erev Yom Kippur.
And you add Mordechai Moshe ben Freida, please, Rav.
Berfuat Mordechai Moshe
ben Freida. Thank you. Sorry
Yeah,
for interrupting.
Moshe Ben Fred.
No, you should have been
No?
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So now I'm gonna mute everyone. Good. So everyone muted, we're gonna start. So one of the mitzvot that we have on a Sunday is to eat. And we have to understand what it means to eat. So first of all, let's start with the Gemara. The Gemara in Masechet Brachot in page 8, folio 2, and also the Gemara in Masechet Yoma, Pei Bet Amud Bet, that means 82, folio 2. There Hazal says something extraordinary. Listen to that. Hazal say like this, Kol ha'ochel v'shoteh batshei. What does it mean? A person that eat and drink on the 9 of Tishrei, because we know the 10 of Tishrei is Yom Kippur, okay? כל האוכל ושותה בתשיעי מעלה עליו הכתוב כאילו מתענה תשיעי ועשירי. It means that Hazal consider the eating on Sunday, that it's Erev Yom Kippur, is like he fasted the 9 and the 10. Basically, he fasted 2 days. And the Maran Shulchan Aruch, Rabbi Yosef Karo, born 532 years ago, he born in Toledo, in the city of Toledo in Spain, and he write in the Shulchan Aruch in Siman Tafresh Dalet. Tafresh Dalet is 604, mitzvah le'echol be'erev Yom HaKippurim. It's a mitzvah to eat on Sunday before Yom Kippur. And we have to understand why is such a great mitzvah to eat on Erev Yom Kippur. Kippur Eve, that means the day before Yom Kippur. I'm referring to this coming Sunday. Why is it so important that we have to eat? That the Hazal tell us that we obligated to eat. It's a rabbinical mitzvah. Why? So I'm going to bring 6 different opinions, Rabotai, 6 different opinions, and from there we'll try to understand how important is it to eat on this coming Sunday and what's hiding behind it. And that's the secret. There's a secret behind everything. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to start from the Pshat, I'm going to do Drash, and Be'ezrat Hashem, I'm going to do also Remez, and we're going to do Sod. We'll try to put all the Pardes together to understand. So the first opinion that I'm going to bring the opinion of Shibbolei HaLeket. Shibbolei HaLeket is a book that's been written by Rabbi Tzidkiah ben Avraham HaRofeh. He born in the city of Rome in Italy 810 years ago. And he explained like this, and he say that when the main reason that Hazal tell us to eat before the fast, because if you eat a lot, it's difficult to fast, and then the fast become very mean. That means that when you eat a lot before the fast, it's difficult for you to fast, and then the fast, you understand the meaningful of the fast. A different opinion come from the Rosh, the second opinion. The Rosh is Rabbeinu Asher ben Yehiel. He born in Germany 771 years ago. And he explained that the main reason that Hazal tell us that we should eat before the fast, not like the Shibbolei HaLeket, he said, no, the opposite, that it's going to be easier for us to fast, because if you not eat a lot, you might going to be hungry, and it's not going to be a meaningful fast. So we see 2 different opinions so far. The third opinion that I'm going to bring, it's actually the Tur, Rabbi Yaakov Baal HaTurim that we mention all the time. His father was the Rosh that we mentioned earlier, Rabbi Asher ben Yehiel. HaTur is Rabbi Yaakov ben Asher. He born in the city of Frankfurt in Germany. He born 750 years ago. And he explained like this, that the main reason that we eating, that Hazal tell us that we should eat, it's to show us, and we showing that we trust the Kadosh Baruch Hu, that he will tear our decree and he will seal us and write us for good life. That means that we know that he's going to change the verdict for good for us. That's the third opinion. The fourth opinion is from the Ramak. Who was the Ramak? The Ramak, Rabbi Moshe Cordoviro. Rabbi Moshe Cordoviro, born 498 years ago. Some people say born in Tzfat. There is different opinion on it. But if you look at the surname Cordoviro, it will remind you the city of Cordova in Spain. And a matter of fact, the family of the Ramak, Rabbi Moshe Cordoviro, they have to flee from Spain during the Spanish Inquisition. And the Ramak, Rabbi Moshe Cordoviro, he explained like this, that the main reason that Hazal tell us that we should eat on the day before Yom Kippur, what is it? It's that when we eat, it will help us to do the tshuva, the mitzvah of tshuva, okay, in happiness. That means that when we doing the tshuva, when we standing and davening on Sunday, when we doing the vidui gadol and everything, that will help us to do it with joy and with happiness. That's how the Ramak explained. Okay. The third opinion that I'm going to bring is the Sfat Emet. Who was the Sfat Emet? The Sfat Emet is Rabbi Yehuda Aryeh Leib Alter. He was the third Rebbe of the Gur Rebbe. Okay? He born in Poland 174 years ago. And he explained like this, that the main reason that we eating on Sunday, this coming Sunday, that the mitzvah to eat Erev Yom Kippur, he explained like this, that it will be when a person eaten and is satisfied and is happy, like we explained, it's easier for him to forgive his fellow friends if he hurt him. Because we know when a person is hungry, he's very tensioned, he's excited, he doesn't want, don't speak to him. But when a person is full, he relaxes, he's much more happier, it's easier for him to forgive if someone done something wrong for him. Because we know that one of the main mitzvot on Yom Kippur, it's Ben Adam Lahavero, between man and his fellow friend. So when you come to ask him for forgiveness, if he's satisfied and he's happy and his tummy is full, he will forgive easily. That's how the Sfat Emet explained. The sixth opinion that I'm going to bring is the mystical rabbi. And look how the mystical rabbi look at it. And here come the sod. Okay? The mystical rabbi say that the main reason that we eat in an Erev Yom Kippur, you know what is it? It's very simple. It's to do tikkun, that means rectification for the sin of Adam HaRishon. What is the connection? I will explain. We all know that Adam HaRishon, what was his sin? He eaten from what? From Eitz HaDaat, from the tree of knowledge. HaKadosh Baruch Hu told, Mikol Eitz HaGan tuchal, from all the tree in Garden of Eden, you're allowed to eat, except from the tree of knowledge. And we know that Adam HaRishon, it's a secret behind it, why he eat, it's not for now, but he eaten from the tree of knowledge. Come the mystical rabbi and tell us like this, if you eat an Erev Rosh Hashanah, what does it mean eat an Erev Rosh Hashanah? When you eat and you saying brachot for the food that you're eating before, and blessing before and blessing before, after, you're doing rectification for that sin of Adam HaRishon. So if we summarize everything to understand, we see that the mitzvah of eating an Erev Yom Kippur, it's a special mitzvah, like the Maran say in Taf Resh Dalet, 604, in chapter 604 in the Shulchan Aruch. What is it? That it's to give us, number one, happiness and satisfaction before you go to the fast. Number two is to make sure that it's easier for you to fast. According to other opinion, that it's going to be more meaningful fast. A different opinion is that it will be easier for us to forgive those that maybe upset us, maybe done something wrong to us. Why? Because when we satisfy and we're happy, it's easier to forgive those people. So that's regarding the achila, that means the food that we have to do on Erev Yom Kippur. The next thing that we're going to speak is kaparot. I don't know how you say kaparot in English. I don't think that there is a word to it. If there is any word to it, you're more than welcome to unmute yourself and say it, because I don't know how to say kaparot. Does anyone know how to say kaparot in English? Does it have a special name in English? Norman telling me no. So the word kaparot, I'm sure that most of you understand. Where is that custom come from? It's a minhag. Where is that minhag come? So first of all, I'm going to bring two sources to it. And the first source come from Bet HaMikdash. What's happened in Bet HaMikdash? How did they used to do kaparot? When Bet HaMikdash was exist, they used to take two goats. And these two goats, they used to put a lottery, which goat's gonna be one for Hashem, and one they're gonna send to throw down the cliff in the Judaism desert. Okay? What does it mean? That in Yom Kippur, there used to be two kaparot. The one they used to sacrifice in Bet HaMikdash, that used to do the Kohen Gadol. The second one used to be done by who? By Ish Iti. Ish Iti, it was a special man that used to, Rashi and the Mefarshim explain different name, what it means Ish Iti, that he used to take it to the desert, Judaism desert, and he used to throw that goat from the top of the cliff until he died. So we see from here that the kaparot used to be done where? Already in Bet HaMikdash. The Kohen Gadol used to take the Sa'ir La'azazel and used to do vidui, okay, for him and for the Klal Israel. Okay, once that he used to do the big vidui, okay, on that, then they used to send it to with Ish Iti, a special man that know the desert, or another opinion that that man will die that year, and he take that goat and he throw it from the top of the cliff down the mountain until he become pieces. Okay, that's one opinion. Okay, what it mean vidui? He used to do confession to him, for himself and for Klal Israel. That's one source that we understand where is kaparot come. Also, the Gemara in Masechet Shabbat in page 81, folio 2, 81, folio 2, yes. There, Hazal tell us something extraordinary. And Rashi bring the explanation. There, on a word, por pisa. What it mean, por pisa? Rashi explain. Rashi say, and he bringing it in the name of the Mekubalim. Rashi, it's Rabbi Shlomo Yitzhaki. He born in a city of Troa in the north of France. He born 980 years ago. And there he explained that in their time, it used to be a custom that they used to take a wicker basket. What it mean, a wicker basket? Everyone know what is a wicker. They used to take sand and they used to put with it the manure of the animal, and they used to take that 2 weeks before Rosh Hashanah. And they used to plant inside that basket, okay? They used to plant what we call today beans, okay? And it takes 2 weeks for those beans to start growing. And when those beans used to grow in Rosh Hashanah, they used to take it and they used to turn it over their head, okay, 7 times. And they used to say, Ze tahat ze, that's underneath that. And not only that, they used to say, Ze halifati, and etc. And after they finished, they used to throw it down the Nile. Okay. So we see that the source, the main source for kaparot, number 1 came from Bet HaMikdash, number 2 from the Gemara, that Hazal mentioning it 2,000 500 years ago, because that's when the Gemara been written. What do we do today? Today, these two different manners that we do kaparot. The one manner of kaparot, as you all know, I'm sure that some of you even saw or heard about it, it's the kaparot with the chicken or with the rooster. And that's a Kabbalistic minhag, it's a Kabbalistic custom that been mentioned by Ari HaKadosh in his book in Sha'ar HaKavanot. Ari HaKadosh, it's Rabbi Yitzhak Luria. He born in Tzfat 486 years ago. He bring it in his book Sha'ar HaKavanot. By the way, also Hashalah HaKadosh. Hashalah HaKadosh, that's Rabbi Yeshaya Levy Horowitz. He born in the city of Prague in Czechoslovakia. He born 463 years ago. He also bring this minhag that they take a rooster for a male and a chicken for a female, and they put it around the head 3 times, and they say, ze halifati, ze tmurati, ze kaparati. Ado, the Maran Shulchan Aruch. The Maran Shulchan Aruch, it's Rabbi Yosef Karo. He born in a city of Toledo in Spain 532 years ago. And he say like this, and he say in chapter 605, Limnoa minhag ze, he say to refrain from doing that minhag, to take chicken or rooster and to do it over the head, because he say, Behukotehem lo telechu. That means that that's the custom of the Goyim, and you should refrain from doing it. And we know that today, most of the world actually given money. They're doing it with money, and that money go to Talmidei Chachamim. That means people that they don't have money, and people that need, we use that money. Okay, that's on a simple. How we should do that, and that's very, very important. And there is a mystical secret here that you have to understand. So we have to understand something very important. That in it, we have to understand that we have what we call on that kind of a kaparot, there is a mystical thing we have to understand. Number one, when you take the money in your hand, when you turn it over your head or someone else's head, you have to do it anti-clockwise. That means from left to right. Okay, that's very important. From your left to your right, anti-clockwise. Okay, now also we have to understand that when you're doing it, most of the mahzorim, it say like this. That it say there, ze halifati, temurati, kaparati. And people mustn't say, ze halifati, ze temurati, ze kaparati. The word ze you mention once, you don't mention it anymore. You mention it in the beginning, and then the 3 words, halifati, temurati, kaparati, you don't add up the word ze. Why? The mystical rabbi explained that the acronym letters that come from the 3 words, halifati, murati, kaparati, there is a special holy name, okay? That het, taf, chaf, it's a special holy name that we're not allowed to mention it. That name, what is its job? That name is actually slicing, cutting the judgment that we have against us, and it brings abundance and prosperity and livelihood to us. By that if you, has v'shalom, adding up the word let, the word le, ze between them, you're actually changing the meaning, the secret meaning behind it. I repeat again. When we say ze halifati, temurati, kaparati, that's how we should say it. We don't add up after every word ze, because we don't want to stop it. If you take the word halifati, temurati, the acronym, those the end of the letters of Poteach et Yadecha. What it means, Poteach et Yadecha? When we say in Ashrei that HaKadosh Baruch Hu should open his hand and will bring down the abundance and the livelihood to us, that's the secret of those acronyms. So now we understand how important is the kaparot. I'll give time after that if you have for question. The next thing that we have to make sure about, and that's very, very important, that the clothes that we're wearing for Yom Kippur, they have to be clean. Not only the exterior clothes, also the underwear. That means the vest, anything that we wear under our clothes have to be clean. And if a person knows that he sweat, he must change them. And the mystical rabbi explained like this, because when our clothes is dirty, it's very difficult for our prey to go up to heaven, to be lifted up. Why? Because when a person dirty, the hitzonim is the evil spirit, cling into it and doesn't allow our prey to go up. So you have to be careful, according to the mystical rabbi, that our clothes have to be clean, number one. Okay. The next thing that we have to do Erev Yom Kippur is to ask for forgiveness, and that's very important. Why? Because the mitzvah of Yom Kippur, Rabotai, it's Ben Adam Lahavero. That's me. HaKadosh Baruch Hu will forgive us between men and HaKadosh Baruch Hu. But between man and man, we have to ask forgiveness. Because the atonement of Yom Kippur, it's only Ben Adam Lamakom. That means between us and the Almighty, he can do forgiveness. But if we harm or we upset someone, we should ask sorry ourselves from our friend. Now, if a person is married, first of all, from his wife. It's very, very important. And if a person married and he have children, to ask his children. And if we have parents that are still alive, we should ask our parents. Those that still have parents alive should ask their parents for forgiveness. Obviously, our friend, our relative, or those that we work with, to ask for forgiveness. That's also Erev Yom Kippur. Now, I'm going to skip now to the end of Yom Kippur, because on Erev Yom Kippur, we light a candle. It's called Ner Yom HaKippurim. And the main purpose for us that when we do Havdalah with that candle will stay on. So when we do the Havdalah, we don't have to light another one. Obviously, when we do the Havdalah, we do a Mavdil Ben Kodesh Lechol, okay? We do Ala Ner, and we do Ala Wine, to say Borei Priya Gefen. Any other question that you have, now it's the time. I'm going to give time. So if you have any question, or maybe you didn't understand me, please unmute yourself and you can ask question regarding.
Rabbi.
Yes.
When you say the mystical rabbi, who are you referring to?
Who's the mystical rabbi? The Kabbalistic rabbi.
I know that. But are you referring to a specific role? Are you referring to the Zohar? Where you?
Okay, so you want to be more specific. Most of it, let me explain. The Zohar is a Kabbalistic book, first of all, that you can read it. Rabotai, I hear some noise at the back and I can't focus. Please, Anthony, can you mute yourself there because you're making too much noise? I can't focus. Please. Iva, thank you. Thank you, Iva. So we have to understand the mystical rabbi that I'm talking about, obviously, is the book of the Zohar. The book of the Zohar is the secret of the Torah. But you have to understand there's many mystical rabbi. For example, it was the Ari HaKadosh, Rabbi Yitzhak Luria Ashkenazi, that you all know that's the Ari HaKadosh. He actually didn't write it. He didn't write it. The same like the Zohar never been written by Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. The Zohar been written by Rabbi Abba, and the book of Eitz Chaim been written by the Mahar or Rabbi Chaim Vital. Then come the Rashash, Rabbi Shalom Sharabi, that was a great Kabbalistic that lived 300 years ago. And since then was the Ramah Mipano. There's many great Kabbalistic Rebbe that mention all of those. So it's not just Ari HaKadosh. Usually Ari HaKadosh bringing it all in Sha'ar HaKavanot, but when he bring it, usually he bringing in the name of the previous mystical Rebbe, the great Kabbalistic Rebbe. I hope that I explained that. Adrian, do you understand me?
I understand you. In other words, you're saying it's a combination of all the
Many
Rabbonim.
Rabbonim, many Kabbalistic, exactly, many Kabbalistic Rabbi bring that opinion, exactly.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, any other question, Rabotai, regarding Erev Yom Kippur? Any other question? Please unmute yourself and ask question if you have.
I just wanted to ask a question again, Rabbi. You said that the bringing of the kesef instead of the chicken or the rooster. When was that? Who wrote that you can bring it instead?
Who said that? That's brought by the Shulchan Aruch, because the Kabbalistic minhag is to do it a rooster for a male, a chicken for a female. And what I forget to mention, what happens if there is a pregnant woman? So some opinions say that she should bring 2. Other opinions say that she should bring 3 chicken, according to the Kabbalistic Rebbe. Why? Because you should bring, first of all, chicken for her, and then she must bring another chicken if it's a woman, or a female, or a rooster if it's a male. That's in the olden days. Today we have, X-ray, and we have the sonar that you can see exactly if it's a boy or a girl. So you should bring, that's the Kabbalistic custom. I know that Chabad still doing it in this country. From what I understand from my son-in-law, that's how they do the kaparot. Although the majority of the world today follow the Maran Shulchan Aruch, that he said, do it, take money. Now you should ask me, how much money? What is the value that you have to do? Lehatchila, there is no really amount. What is the amount? There is no amount. But the Chazal tell us, and our sages explain, listen, you're going to give that money to tzedakah. Minimum. What is a minimum meal cost today? If you go and buy a pie, and you know that you can have 1 pie, for example, okay? If you know that 1 pie is enough, okay? So pie costs, let's say 40 rand, 50 rand. I'm not sure, don't hold me into it. So you say you take 50 rand per person, per each head, and you turn it around. If you know that you eat 2, it's as much that you give, you get back. So you put 100 rand, you know? But in general, who can eat more than 2 pies? I never see that. That have to be Og Melech HaBashan. To eat 2 pies, it have to be a special Og Melech HaBashan to finish 2. If you finish 1, no, well, that's too much even. But let's say that you eat 2. So the value of the money that we have to do per person is 50 rand per head. Now, when you say it for the woman, it's a different style. When you say it for a man, it's a different wording, different style. Just remember that. Just please look at the Sidurim and go from there. Any other question? Brian,
Rabbi?
I hope that answers your question. I hope that answers your question,
Yes,
Brian.
Rabbi, you have to hold the money in your hand and you turn it around your head 3 times. Am I correct?
Yes. Yes, anti-clockwise. Remember, anti-clockwise.
Correct. Our tradition
and you can
was
do it for your wife. You can do it for your wife.
But our tradition, where I came from, we used to have silver. We never used notes. We used silver. So you had a handful of silver to do it. But you do it 3 times now. You go 3 times around your head, and then that's finished, or do you do it as soon as you do the brachas again 3 times?
You do it 3 times over your head, 3 times over the head of the wife, the children, each children individually.
Yeah, correct.
Okay? And then the money that you take, the value, you give it to tzedakah.
Perfect. Thank you, Rabbi.
Okay.
Rav, I have a question.
Mark, Mark, yes?
Yeah, why anti-clockwise?
Oh, you see. Mark start to become a Kabbalistic rabbi. Mark,
yeah,
you're starting to knocking.
Mark, it's tradition. It's tradition.
On the pshat of the dvarim, tradition. But we have to understand why from left to the right, anti-clockwise.
Yeah.
Yeah, because mainly in our religion, the right is predominant. So you would think that you start on the right.
Nachon, you're 100% right.
This is one
but
of
you
the
wanted an
occasions where you
answer
say,
that, but if I give you that answer, it's not going to be enough. Nachon?
no.
It's not satisfying answer. You want the meat, you don't want the bones. Let's call it like this. When you eat in a steak, you want the meat. You don't want to eat the bone. The bone you leave outside, am I right?
Yeah.
So let me explain to you. So the mystical rabbi explained like this. Focus with me for 1 second, guys, and you'll understand. The right hand in Kabbalistic term mean mercy and compassion. That's right. The left mean judgment. So what are we doing? What are we doing with the kapparot? We're turning the judgment to what?
To mercy.
To mercy and compassion. You understand me, Mark?
Yep, very good.
From the
very
left
good. Thank
to
you,
the
Rav.
right.
Makes a lot of sense.
Any other
Thank
question?
you, Rav.
But you
Any
still
other
pick up
question,
the money.
Rabbi?
You still pick up the money in your right hand.
Yeah, the money you hold in your right hand, no problem. The way that you turn it, the way that you put it, like this.
Sure, it has to.
Okay?
Sure.
You see? Any other question, Rabotai?
Hello?
Yes, Anthony. How are you?
All right, how are you?
Thank you.
Is it
Baruch
the
Hashem. Yes.
mincha, the mincha on Sunday? What is this special mincha on Sunday? Can you talk about it a bit?
You want me to speak about the mincha of Sunday? Okay. So on mincha on Sunday, we do vidui agadol. What it means vidui agadol that we do on Sunday? That's what Anthony asked. Nachon, Anthony?
Yes.
That's what you asked. What is it? Hazal tell us that we should daven mincha earlier. Why do we have to do vidui agadol earlier? Why not just mincha and mariv straight? No. Hazal explained lo aleinu that the main reason that we daven mincha earlier is to do vidui, because what's going to happen? Chas v'shalom, a person that if he done the vidui agadol in nida, he done vidui. Vidui is a confession. If he passed away lo aleinu, he done confession. But if a person will die and he didn't have a chance to do confession, it's not good. So the main reason that Hazal constitute for us to daven mincha earlier and to do the big vidui, the big confession that we have on mincha, is that we'll have a chance to do vidui. That's how the Shulchan Aruch explained, and that's on basically on pshat of the dvarim, why we do vidui agadol earlier, that has v'shalom, if a person die, that he die after he done confession. You follow?
Yeah.
Any other question, Rabotai, regarding the Erev Yom Kippur? That means this year it fall on Sunday. Yeah. If you have any question, please ask. Don't be shy.
Yes, Rabbi, this is Ava.
Yes, Iva,
hello?
I'm listening. I'm listening,
okay.
Iva.
Listen, we can't go out to the mikveh on Erev Yom Kippur. What should we do?
Okay, very good. So you're talking about mikvah. First of all, we have to understand that mikvah, you don't have to go to a mikvah like women have to go to a mikvah. A man can go to a swimming pool, And let's say that you can't go to the swimming pool. The Shulchan Aruch and Rav Ovadia Yosef bring Zecher Tzadik V'Kadosh Livracha, and many other poskim bring that if you can't go to a mikvah, you stand under the shower. Listen to me carefully, and it's make no difference if it's cold or hot or warm. This is bubamaisis. You stand under the shower, okay? And you make sure that 12.5 liters being poured over your body, and you have in mind the kavana, the thought that you're doing it l'shem tahara. You follow? That's all.
Wow.
And here, you're doing it. Okay, here's the answer. Any other question?
Yes, can I ask you, how do you know what 12.5, Rabbi, how do you know what 12.5 liters is?
12.5 liters is a bucket of water. When you stand under the shower, I promise you that you use close to 50 liters.
I was told that every 4 minutes. 4
Okay.
to 5.
Some people say 4 to 5 minutes. Yeah, depends. Brian, it also depends how strong is your water pressure. That's very important. If your pressure water strong, it's obviously much less. And if the pressure of the water is very slow, it has to be much longer. So in an average, you have to stand and work it out, plus minus, how much is a 12 liter? 12 liter, it's really not a lot. It's a normal bucket that you carry at home, you know?
Yeah.
So that's how you yotzei the hava of the mikveh today. And I'm sure that's what's going to happen in Eretz Israel. Many people not going to be allowed to go to the mikveh. It's dangerous.
Yeah.
You know, go to a mikveh, it's dangerous. Any other questions?
I have a question. Yeah.
Sure.
Tefillat zakah. Tefillat zakah. I don't know if in our community it's a minhag to say it, but we used to say it when I went to a certain minyan. What is your opinion on Tefillat zakah?
Tefillat zakah, I think that if you can say it, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with saying it? Nothing wrong. The only thing that if you daven b'yichidut, that means by yourself, not in public, that there is 10, not betzibur, okay? Those things that you can't do betzibur, just skip it. But to say tefillah zakah by yourself, what's wrong? Why not?
No.
What's wrong with that? Nothing wrong.
Nothing
Any other
wrong.
question, Rabbi? Any other question? If you have, I'm going to try and answer. Oh, Gavin, no?
I've got no question, but I just wanted to mention that at Adas's Shurim they use a chicken at Rabbi Zaltz's shir.
Oh, good. Okay, I didn't know. Thank you for letting me know. So it's not only the Chabad custom, it's also the Yeke custom, because Rabbi Zaltza, if I'm not mistaken, is a Yeke. The shul is a Yeke. So we see from here that, from what I understand, that the Yeke also do over a chicken over their head. Okay, Shekoach, Gavin, thanks for letting me know. Any other question, Rabotai?
Go like that, they don't put it above their head. You don't want the chicken to start screaming up there.
Sorry, say again?
They don't put the chicken above their head, they do it in front of them. And like turn it in circle like that.
Okay,
I think you're mistaken.
Basically the same, on top of the head, yeah. Some people are afraid of the chicken, but usually we put it over the head, and that chicken, after they slaughter it, they give it to poor people. The same, like it's a tzedakah. Any other question that you want to ask?
Do they give money, Rabbi Levy? Do they give money nowadays? It's the chickens there.
Yes, so I explained in the show, nowadays we give money instead of chicken. That's what the Maran Shulchan Aruch explained, Rabbi Yosef Karo explained, that to refrain from that custom. Why? It's bechukotoim lo telechu. It's the custom of the goyim to do this kind of an act. So, but today, most of the world, really most of the people use money and give it the money to tzedakah. You're right, Stephen. Yes. Any other question, Rabota, that you want to ask regarding Sunday, Erev, Yom Kippur? Okay. If
Thank
there
you
is
very much, Rob. That was very informative. Thank you very much.
Rabota,
Wonderful.
I would like
Rob, thank you so much.
Thank
Miss
you.
Rabbi, sorry, you have to eat more. Sorry, everybody, Erev Yom Kippur, you have to eat more than normal. Is that it?
Thanks, Rav. Thank you.
Thank you. I would like to, guys, I would like to take the opportunity and to ask all of you, maybe I offend you, maybe I upset you.
Oh, you can't
I would
forget
like
that.
all of you for sliha and mehila, each one individually. I'm asking each one here individually, maybe I upset, maybe I done something wrong to upset you or to hurt your feeling. I'm asking each one individually, sliha and mehila, and me personally, I forgive and soleach vemochel lekol am Yisrael, please God.
Amen.
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 And we do
Amen.
the same. Rabbi asks
We
you to
also ask everybody for forgiveness
Also, yeah.
on myself. But
And
offended
on my side as well.
Rabbi Levy, you can't
I'm
text the
happy with
person.
that.
Rabbi
I would
Levy,
like
you
to-
ask for forgiveness. You have to personally ask the guy. You can't
I
like
would
text him.
Pleasure. I would like to wish all of you Hatima Tova. May you be sealed in the book of life,
Good thing
the
that
book
I
of
mentioned
good life,
the
the
mix
book of healthy life, the
guys,
book
just
of
wait let the rabbi
prosperity,
talk.
and a book of good life, a book of healthy light, a lot of bracha, hatzlacha, briut, and shalom. And may please God, we all gonna merit to see this year, Tav Shin Pei Aleph, what many Kabbalistic rabbis say, okay, it's not good to speak about it, that please God will see the Mashiach in this year, speedily.
Amen. Amen, Rav. Amen.
Have a meaningful fast to all of you, Rabotai. All the best.
Thanks,
Thank you, Rav. Thank you so much.
Hatima Tova.
Gama Chatima Tova.
All the best. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
All right,
Also.
thanks. Thank you.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom as well. Kol tov.